Give me just a few minutes and I'll show you the exact system we used to help this SaaS company book 50 demos in just 30 days by ranking #1 on Google. That way you can copy the entire thing for yourself. See, most people think ranking on Google is simple. You just research your keywords, you post some content, and eventually you'll rank #1. But this case was the complete opposite because they already had hundreds of blogs live, but were slowly ranking lower and lower on Google. So it wasn't as easy as just publishing more blogs, but in the end, we were able to get their website traffic from 2,000 monthly visitors to over 8,000 monthly visitors. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact steps we took to do it. This way you can start ranking higher on Google and get more customers through your website. Now, before we jump into #1, you need to understand where this company was before they started working with us. They were sitting at around 2,200 monthly visitors, but that number was starting to drop. On top of that, they had hundreds of SEO articles live, but most of them weren't ranking, and the ones that were ranking weren't converting customers at all. So the first thing we had to focus on was consistently publishing the right kind of content that actually pulls in traffic and conversions. And to do that, we needed to set up blogs that targeted the right kind of traffic and move that traffic down the funnel. So right here, I have a snippet of their content calendar. So the first thing we're focusing on is publishing 10 pieces of content every single month consistently. So this is about 2 to 3 pieces of long form SEO content per week. And on top of a consistent posting schedule, we mixed up the funnel targeting. So right here, I have keywords that are highlighted green, darker yellow, and a lighter yellow. The keywords highlighted in green are bottom of the funnel keywords, meaning people are searching up to get a certain service or software they're ready to buy. So for example, people are looking to get a UX audit here, or the 9 best website optimization tools. They're literally looking to sign up for a website optimization tool. Then you have middle of funnel keywords where people are aware of your product, but they're not necessarily looking to buy at that given time, but they might be ready to buy. So behavioral targeting, funnel conversion. So people looking to optimize their funnel. Now they might not be looking for funnel conversion software or analytics software, but they're looking to optimize their conversions. And then we have top of the funnel where we don't really know if they're ready to buy. It's kind of up in the air. This is a top of funnel keyword like what is a heat map or open-ended questions. So we're going to look at these 2 months as an example right here. In this first month, we have half of the keywords, so 5 out of 10 of the keywords being bottom of the funnel, and only these 2 keywords being top of the funnel. Whereas in this month, we only have 1 keyword being bottom of the funnel, and these keywords, half of them being top of the funnel. And in both examples, we have a handful of middle of funnel keywords. So the reason we're kind of mixing it up here is a little bit nuanced. Month to month, you want to find keywords that you haven't ranked for yet. So in this case, they haven't ranked for any of these keywords that we wrote for them. And we determined that based on search volume, it's going to be worth it in this month to target these higher top of funnel keywords because we're not finding enough traffic growth. So we want to get in the right with Google. Whereas in this month, which actually was the first month, we wanted to focus more on conversions because conversions might have been lower that month. So we targeted more bottom of the funnel keywords so that we can prioritize conversions over getting more traffic. The only reason you want to get conversions is to generate more revenue. The only reason you want to get more traffic is to get right with Google and rank on bottom of funnel conversion-based keywords. So both top of funnel, bottom of funnel, and even middle of funnel, I'll add that in, all go hand in hand and they all work together congruently. And whether you're posting 8 pieces of content per month or 30 pieces of content per month, which we do for some SaaS clients, you want to make sure that you are working the funnel and you are targeting different parts of the funnel. If you're low on conversions, you want to target bottom of the funnel keywords. If you're low on traffic, but maybe your conversion rate is pretty high and you want to get more traffic out of your bottom of funnel keywords and you're already dominating a lot of those bottom of funnel keywords, you want to focus on top of funnel or just high traffic keywords as a whole. They could also be bottom of funnel. And if you want to have balanced growth and grow traffic and conversions at the same time, you want to do both on a consistent schedule, so split it up between bottom of the funnel and top of the funnel. Now let's get into some actual blog examples. So we're going to look at a top of the funnel keyword and a bottom of the funnel keyword. So we'll start with the top of the funnel keyword. Right here, we're looking at the keyword close-ended questions examples. This is a really easy keyword to rank for. It has a 2 keyword difficulty, 2100 search volume. Now the only strategy behind ranking for a keyword like this is to capture this 2100 search volume. We're not looking to really get many conversions off this, although we do. It has a very low buying intent. So people are just looking for close-ended questions examples. They're not really looking to buy an analytics software at that time. So if we were to rank well on this, Google would trust us more since we're getting so much more traffic, and we'd be able to rank higher on the bottom of funnel keywords that actually do pull in the conversions. So in this case, we rank number 1, and that strategy goes directly into play. So coming into the actual blog here, we wrote out 50 closed-ended questions examples, and we added a free bonus here, which is a free survey guide. I go more into the bonuses and rewards and title tags in a different video, but all we're doing in this piece of content is answering the buying intent, talking about what people want to find when they search this keyword, which is a list of closed-ended questions examples. So that's all we're giving them. And the only minor thing we do is when to use closed-ended questions, and we talk about full session a little bit, but that is it. We are not trying to convert them that much. We don't even have any like UX call to actions here that I'll show you in a second. Now looking at a bottom of funnel example, this is a keyword that is Hotjar versus InspectLet, and this has 70 searches per month. So it's relatively low search volume, but it has a $9 cost per click every single month. We also rank number 1 for this. Now this pulls in more conversions than the closed-ended questions example keyword, but it has a fraction of the search volume compared to the 2100 search volume right here. So both of these keywords are quality and worth targeting because they go hand in hand. One of them is getting a lot of search volume so that Google can trust us, and the other one is ranking on a keyword where people are looking to sign up with a software. They're comparing 2 different softwares that are both competitors to our software. So the strategy behind this keyword is to talk about Hotjar, talk about InspectLet, and then also talk about full session right here, introduce full session. So you're talking about all 3 softwares and comparing all 3 together. And in this case, we do have a call to action over here, a call to action in the text, and we have tons more call to actions all throughout the text. We are talking a lot more in a transactional buying intent tone, and we are giving them a verdict and basically showcasing which is the better option of the 2, and also showcasing full session as one of the options. Another quick nugget that I'll add about these comparison articles is adding this section here, which is check out the following comparison articles, and you go through a bunch of other comparisons where we're also comparing and putting up full session next to those. Now, if you want to rank on Google and convert more customers without having to do all of this work yourself, you can book a call down below in the description using the first link. We've helped dozens of SaaS companies rank number 1 on Google and booked thousands of demos in the process, just like Full Session, who we helped book 50 demos in a single month. So if you want to see if we could do the same for you, book a call below. Either way, our next step in the process was fixing up blogs that were already ranking, but they were not converting, because most people assume SEO is just about getting traffic, but the conversion rate on that traffic is extremely important. You can pull in thousands of organic visitors to your site, but if they don't know what to do and how to book a call with you or sign up for your product, they'll just leave your website. Our client had blog posts ranking, but their blog template was cluttered and the UX UI was dated, and it was missing important elements to drive a lot of conversions. So we worked with them to refresh the UX and UI of their blog, making the journey from clicking on a blog post to signing up with their product or booking a demo extremely easy and smooth. So the first example we're going to go through is clear CTAs. This is going to be in the form of UX UI as well as within the content. So the first couple of things I'll mention is that we have a sticky call to action right over here where you can actually book a demo directly with them. And then we have these embeddable call to actions throughout the text. You can put as many as you want throughout the text. And this takes you directly to a sign up page. So it gives you a few different options, booking a demo and signing up. And it has a really nice offer here. And then you can put a really nice offer right there. And the next is within the content. So we have call to actions all throughout the content. For example, within the key takeaways, or you can do like a TLDR summary. You have a few different places where you can actually book a demo. So when we talk about full session, it talks about all of these different features. It talks about Hotjar and InspectLet as well. And then it has book a demo, and then there's another book a demo right here. And you could also go to the pricing page of full session. So already right here, there's at least 4 or 5 call to actions, giving them direct next steps. Another thing that I want to mention real quick is that when you're scrolling throughout the blog, because most B2B SEO content, people will be searching up the given keywords on their computer. So as they're scrolling or even when they're on their phone, you want your header to be sticky so that they can see what you offer. So in this case, they can click on or they can hover over services and they can look at all of these different features and they can kind of correlate what they're looking at to the site that they're on. Then coming into here, we are talking about full session. We can book a demo. We have a bunch of internal links to different pages on their site. So it gives them a lot of navigation. I already brought this piece up, just referencing other content that is similar to the type of content you're creating that is conversion focused. And then down here, we have another call to action towards the end of the article, talking about free trials, giving them offers, giving them pricing plans, etc. And then coming down here, we have even more call to actions all throughout the text. So there are tons of in-content call to actions, and then UX UI, you have a lot of call to actions. So you can have a very direct funnel and very direct next steps for the users. The next element that we helped to optimize was having scannable content. So this includes a few different factors. The first one being something like a table of contents. You can have it be sticky on the side. You can have it in the beginning of your content where you can kind of do jump clicks. This allows users to go directly to what they want and also explore the rest of the content and just scan it in a very easy way so that they're not just instantly getting frustrated and bouncing off your page. The next point is being mobile optimized. Although most of the traffic will be on the computer, you still want to be mobile optimized for that experience on the phone, especially if they come to revisit content that might be useful in the future. Another thing is adding this section in the beginning, which is a key takeaways section or a summary section, just kind of summarizing the article as a whole, but also answering the buying intent as quickly as you can right away so that they are a satisfied user and they don't just bounce off your page. Another thing is these headers. So you want these headers to be extremely scannable. This means a darker font, a larger font, make sure it's substantially larger than the paragraph content here. So as you're scrolling through this, you can see that we're obviously talking about Hotjar and then the features and the comparing Hotjar, and then you're going to inspect like. So it's very easy to scan the headers as you go down. Another aspect I'm going to talk about is adding these internal links all throughout the content. In recent days with Google's updates, they are disliking really forced internal links. Internal links are these anchor texts that link to a different page of your same exact site. So you want to make these as natural as you can. You do not want to force these internal links, but overall you want a lot of internal links in your content so that people have a very easy navigation through your site. So for example, if the topic of the content that I'm reading at that given time is conversion rate optimization, people can click on this and go straight to a CRO tools listicle, which full session is number one. So it's a really easy way to drive more conversions, but also give them a better experience. And it's also good for SEO purposes. Now, even with great content and an optimized layout, there's still one massive problem. They had hundreds of old blog posts that were just sitting there that were kind of lower quality and they weren't doing anything for their site or their SEO. This led to lowering their overall site authority with Google. Lots of these blogs had technical SEO issues, but also on-page SEO issues with the content itself. And if we wanted to increase the rankings, this would obviously have to change. So we spent a lot of time analyzing their blogs and finding the content that needs to be refreshed or removed. Once we did that, almost immediately we started seeing a huge spike in traffic and rankings across the board. So here's exactly what our refresh process looked like. So the first thing is that we found old content targeting really bad keywords that had little to no search volume or no conversion intent, but also didn't have enough search volume to be worthwhile for a top of funnel page. What we did with this content, if it was extremely low quality and it wasn't salvageable, we just completely deleted the content. And the next thing we did for the rest of the content that was a little bit lower quality or they had some technical SEO issues and they weren't ranking for the given keyword, but the given keyword that they wanted to rank for was a really good keyword, we just completely rewrote those pieces of content. So the way that looks is rewriting around 60 to 70% of the content, keeping some of it that is still relevant to whatever is the search intent on that given SERP. The SERP is the search engine results page. So basically the other pieces of content ranking in the top 10 on the same exact keyword. And then we removed any content from that article or that page that was completely irrelevant or just really poor writing. And the way we judge our writing performance is using what's called Surfer SEO. It's a really good SEO writing tool. We're not affiliated with them at all, but we use them for all of our content. And then across all of the content that we refreshed, we optimized it for conversion. So we went in and alongside rewriting it for SEO purposes, we also rewrote it to optimize for conversions by adding call to actions, adding better internal linking webs and navigation paths, and then also more product images so that we can kind of showcase showcase full session as a product, which leads to more conversions as a whole. And the third and final thing we did across all of their winning content, all of their old content that we refreshed, was that we updated old information. So sometimes information or content isn't necessarily bad or low quality, it's just old. These are things like old years in headers. So if something is like the 10 best tools in 2023, we obviously want to update that to 2026 or whatever year it is. And then also old content about the product itself, especially nowadays with AI search engines, it can get a lot of different information wrong, and it could just not show you at all because it has conflating information about a given product. And that's the exact 3-step system we use to help our client rank #1 on Google and book 50 demos in a single month. But a lot of people ask me, hey, what if my website is entirely broken? Is it even possible to rank #1, and how long does that even take? If that's something you're interested in, watch this video here where I try ranking a blog #1 on Google in just 24 hours. I'll see you there.